We are Tuesday, June 9. In the first reading of today, we continue the story of the prophet Elijah. He encounters a poor widow and asks to be fed. She has next to nothing, but decided to give food to the prophet, who in turn promised that she would not lack of meal, of oil, to feed herself and her son. The jar never went empty, thanks to her trust in the providence of God. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, we continue with the Sermon on the Mount. After the teaching of the Beatitudes, which constitute the attitudes of the perfect disciple, the author goes on in stating what is the mission of the disciples: to be the salt of the earth and the light of the world. These two images speak clearly to his audience. The salt in Palestine of Jesus' time is very precious. Not only does it give taste to the food people eat, but it is needed also to preserve the food from getting spoiled. Still today, in many countries, fishermen use salt and sun to conserve their product of the sea. If the salt loses its property, it becomes useless. It is just good to be thrown away. Matthew took that image from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 9, verse 50. And let me quote, "Salt is good thing, but if salt has become insipid, how can you season it again? Have salt in yourself and be at peace with one another." Luke in chapter 14, verse 34 says about the same thing. If the salt loses its taste, people throw it out. It is good for nothing. When Jesus asks his disciples to be salt of the earth, he means that they should make a difference in this world. They should give the world a taste that is good. Pope Francis would say, "Give the world the taste of the gospel, and it will bring joy to the world." Matthew adds another image proper to him this time: be the light of the world. The expression comes from the prophet Isaiah, chapter 60. Jerusalem has the vocation to be the light of the nations. The law of Moses and the people of Israel also are the light for the people, for the nations, chapter 42. Those Jews who were listening to Jesus would catch immediately the significance of the image of the light. But Jesus completed the metaphor by adding that a lamp in the house is used to illuminate the whole room. It would be stupid to lock it up in a closet. The conclusion flows like spring water. Let your light shine in front of men, and by seeing your good works, they will give praise to your Father in heaven. In the Jewish context, what are these good works? We will see it later in the Sermon on the Mount. It is prayer, almsgiving, and fasting. It is the same for the Muslims who want to follow the Quran faithfully. We Christians are also familiar with these works of mercy, particularly during Lent. But by living daily according to the gospel, our witness as followers of Christ will influence people around us. The contrary is also true, unfortunately. When we do not live according to the teaching of Jesus, we give around us a counter-witnessing to our faith. So let us be salt of the earth and light of the world, and indeed, we will be faithful to our mission as disciples of Jesus. Have a good day.